from Colombo International Book Fair on Saturday. Tomorrow is the last day, and after being interrupted by COVID-19 last year, they're back on form, and I'm very glad to see these crowds. Thinner than on previous occasions. The book fair started on 2003, at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall complex, and it has been continuous since then, except the interruption due to COVID-19 last year. This year, there were great fears that it will not happen not because of COVID fears, which are still there. You can see people in masks, but the worst of COVID is over. We still have a scare, but it was not as bad as last year. But due to fears, not fears of COVID, but due to the terror caused by economic meltdown. Sri Lanka is in deep economic crisis, and many people are going hungry. Child nutrition rate is said to be the 6th highest in the world, and many systems are just struggling. People are struggling, and the book industry is also in crisis because of a shortage of paper. Everything has to be imported. Paper has to be imported, and taxes are very high, and everything from exercise books to newspapers and literature is in crisis. Several newspapers have stopped publication, and so I'm very glad to see something happening here. And anybody who's in the book business has a stall at the book fair, and the crowds are thinner than what I remember from past occasions, but that is to be expected because of the breakdown in public transport and taxi fares. If you take a tuk-tuk or a taxi, fares will be 2 or 3 times higher than normal because of skyrocketing fuel prices. And if you have your own personal vehicle, you're still, it costs a lot of money to buy petrol or diesel. So that's the situation, and people are hard put to the price of bread, for example, has more than quadrupled in the space of 5 months. The economic meltdown, the effects of deep economic meltdown began to be felt early this year, around March. So it's been March, April, May, June, July, August, September was 6 months, and a lot of people, it's really hurting. So we are glad to see something happening here, books, and for people to come and just relax, just to be out, because we've been hemmed in by COVID-19, the pandemic which started here in earnest in mid-2021. And they seem to be closed. Yes, it's closing 9 o'clock, but you still get some people. And these small stores, they're eager to do business. If they close down, it costs a lot of money to buy a stall here. So you have to, at the end of the day, you have to pay your bills, and also electricity tariffs have gone up, doubled since last month. So that's wonderful to people suffering from so many deprivations. So paying the electricity bills alone here would amount to something. So in this situation, it's an act of courage to hold a book fair at all, and it takes an act of will to come here. And you can see people laden with, books, parcels. A lot of people buy exercise books, stationery for their children, but also books to read, magazines, literature books, poetry. And there are the food stalls as usual. Prices are up in everything, but you have to forget your troubles and just walk around and feel the atmosphere, the ambience, and for a change, have a Nescafe and ice cream, a snack. Yes, you can see people laden with snacks also, books and snacks. So that's a great feeling. And for me, the feeling of release here. Last year I looked forward to the fair, but due to COVID, we were having an outbreak in the month of September, so the book fair was cancelled for the first time in its history. And this year, despite great fears, we are back on track. Let's go this way and see what's happening. So, no, not much happening there. There used to be some stalls here. I think this year they are not there. Yeah, there are fewer stalls than normal, which is quite understandable. Fire and rescue, but fortunately no need for action here. It has never been, they have never been in trouble at the book fair from any side, from natural causes, from fire, from accidents, but precautions are taken. And that's how it is. We have a reading public. It's small in this country. What I'm glad about is the reading public may be small, but it's there. And the amount of publications is enormous in proportion to the amount of people buying books. This is my personal view, because the sales of a book, say a novel, first time novel would not go beyond 1,000 copies. Now it would be even less with this crisis. But if you can sell 1,000 copies of your novel in the indigenous languages, single Tamil, that's very good. So reading public is not very large. There are libraries, books circulate. Books are circulating, and therefore the buying public may not be large, but the books have circulation. So what the pandemic did was to slow things down, but did not knock the breath out of this phenomenon, reading phenomenon. The libraries were closed for a while, but now they are reopened. But now this disaster that people cannot afford to buy as many books as before. Fewer books or no books at all. And that is a very tragic, I would say tragic situation for the country, because whatever said and done, though this is not a very highly developed country, we have to open our eyes and see, because if it's a very highly developed country, with economic meltdown, we will not be short of everything from, electronic goods to car tires, because we have rubber, but we have to import tires. So there is a very small industry of manufacturing tires here. So if you get my point. So yeah, there's some more stalls over here. I will resume when we get to that section. Thanks for watching. Yes, usually this is hugely crowded, even at closing time. Every day it continues for 7 days, and it's hugely crowded. There used to be stalls here. They are not here. This area in front was full of stalls, so we have fewer stalls. Maybe not even half the usual number of stalls, and that's sad, but well, I'm glad that it's happening at all. And we look forward to next year, that things will be better. There will be a bigger book fair like in the past, and more stalls and more people and more books and more money to buy books with. And so it's goodbye from me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm also a book lover and looking forward to buy books. Thank you very much. Good night.